That looks great. Love it. I give up. Don't worry about the hair. So today, you guys, we are going to be doing another makeup tutorial, and I'm hoping that the backdrop, I can like crop it so that it looks the way I want it to. Anyway, back to what's important, which is the video. I was texting with one of my friends, and she asked me if I had mastered the cut crease or not, and my response to her was, I know how to do one, but I wouldn't say that I've mastered it. So she sent me this picture, and so that she found it on Pinterest, and that she wanted to try it, but she thought that it would be too difficult. And I took a look at it and thought maybe I could try it, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try today. Okay, the background keeps sticking to my shirt, so if it like, I'm trying to make it as pretty as a video as I can, but if that like gets stuck to me like it is right now, and you see like my hallway, I'm sorry, but I tried. Backdrop, stop. Ugh. Alright guys, here's the deal. I have been editing this video for 2 days, and I just cannot get it to how I want it to be, and I've debated just like completely redoing it because I don't know, it's not like calling to me, but I really love the look, so I want to share that with you guys. Or I think the best thing for me to do right now is to just cut the audio, cut the crap, and I will talk you through it like with a voiceover. So just so we're clear, everything that I use will be in the description box below, and the colors that I'll be using is going to be from 4 different palettes. I'm going to use my Sunset Dusk palette, my Afterglow palette, my After Dark palette, and my Tease Me palette, and I will figure out a way to show you the colors in the palettes that I'm using. But yeah, so that's pretty short and sweet of what's going to happen now, so let's just get right into the tutorial part of this video. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is go in with my Beauty Glazed palette, and I am going to go in with the color Fleshy. It's just kind of like a soft pink, almost like skin tone color, and I am just going to put this in my crease to start off like a transition shade and to get the tone of the color palette that I want, because this eye look is very much like reds and kind of browns and stuff. Now I'm taking the Afterglow palette, and I am going in with the color Blossom, which is just kind of a tanny, more skin colored shade. And I am just going to take this with my same crease brush I used with Fleshy and just put it in my crease to just deepen everything up. Alright, so now I'm going back in the Sunset Dusk Beauty Glaze palette, and I'm going in with the color Ginger with a small detailed brush. And I am just applying this yellow shade to the front part of my crease to kind of lighten it up, because the look I'm going for goes in a gradient from like light yellows to deeper, darker reds and browns. So that's what we're doing here. I need someone in the comments below to count how many shadows I use and let me know, because I've already lost count. I'm going back in with my Afterglow palette and going in with the color Dazzle just to kind of rich in, is that a word? Just to make the yellow pop a little bit more and have it be a little bit more bright in the front of my crease. And now I'm just taking a very fluffy brush and blending everything together that I have so far. Alright, and now going in with the color Cheeky in my After Dark palette. This color to me reminds me of like the Crayola crayon that's called like macaroni and cheese or something. Anyway, I'm just going to deepen the color more on the outside of my outer crease, and I'm still keeping the yellow in the front, as you can see, and I'm just starting the color kind of a little past the middle, more towards the front, so that everything can blend together nicely. Here I'm just blending everything out again. I just really wanted to make sure that this look was nice and smooth and everything looked like evenly distributed, if that makes any sense at all. I feel like I suck at explaining what I'm doing. That's why I usually just don't talk during these things, but I'm trying something new and getting out of my comfort zone, so I'm just blending. That's just the bottom line. After blending everything out, I decided that I need a little bit more of that cheeky color. So here I'm just applying a little bit more so that I get the look that I want. Alright, and staying in the After Dark palette for a little bit longer, I'm going into the shade Crush on Me, which is like a mix between an orange and a red. I'd say it's more of like a darker orange. Some people think it's red. But I am focusing this mainly on my outer crease now. And I'm also winging it out so that I can get a good dramatic cut crease when I cut it. And then just blending again, just again making sure everything is nice and soft and even. Alright, and going back in with the Afterglow palette for a minute. I'm going in with the color Beam, and I am just focusing that again on the outer corner crease, whatever I called it before. And I am just making it so it's not as red, which watching this back now, I am kicking myself for doing this because the look is pretty red. So I should have just left it alone, but you know, I can never do that. Now I'm going back into my Beauty Glazed palette, and I am using the color Ash on a very fine detailed brush. And I am just lining like my crease line, if that makes sense. I'm just putting a little bit of brown underneath everything else, and I'm also putting it a little bit on my lid as well because I'm just gonna end up cutting it anyway, but I want it to be there enough to give it an outline. You guys, the moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. We are finally cutting my crease. Holy crap, I feel like this video is 10 years long, but that also could be because I'm taking so long editing it. So with the cut crease, in the picture, to me, it looked like she went up a little higher on the crease, kind of like with the yellow color. And then once the brown color comes more opaque, is that what the word I'm wanting to use? More visible. She goes down a little bit lower and then cuts it out on the side as well. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just practically following what I think I'm seeing, and hopefully it's right. If not, you know, I tried and I had fun. So also, I think I forgot to mention this. I am using my favorite concealer to cut my crease, which is the Maybelline FitMe concealer. And I'm the lightest shade possible, so, you know, white girl problems. And I'm also using just like a thick, dense packing brush to just pack it on and cut it out. So now I'm going into my Tease Me palette, and I'm using the color Classy, and I'm using just like your basic fluffy eyeshadow brush. And I am going to pack this onto my lid just to about the halfway point, and then I will be putting another color on. I'm going to take packer brush. Where are you? Sorry, I had to add that in. So now I'm going to take a packer brush, if you didn't hear my little song, and I sprayed it down with some setting spray, and I just used the e.l.f. Mist and Set, and I'm just going back in with Classy, and I'm just patting it down so that it can give just that really nice shine. So now, staying in the Tease Me palette, I'm going to go in with the color Orgasm, and I am putting this on my brush that's called the Deluxe brush. It's from Unique, and it's basically just like your basic eyeshadow brush. And I'm applying this to the very end where the cut crease has what I call the tail. Now I'm going back in with Classy, and I'm just blending the edge with the pink color. I'm now going back into my Afterglow palette, and I'm going back in with that color Dazzle, and I am going to put this on the front portion of my lower lash line. So now I'm going back into my After Dark palette, and I'm using that orange color Cheeky, the one that I said reminded me of the mac and cheese Crayola crayon. And I am just continuing the ombre effect that we created on our crease and just translating it onto the bottom. So now, staying with the After Dark palette, I'm going to go into the color Beam and just smoke that out on the very end of my lower lash line. And I think I forgot to mention this when I started smoking my lower lash line out, but I'm using like a medium-sized detailed brush to do this. So yeah. So now I'm actually going to take my Tease Me palette and I'm going into the color Arousal. And the only reason I did this is because I dropped my Beauty Glazed palette and was too lazy to pick it up so that I could use the ash color. That is legit a true story. Let me go ahead and put liner on, lashes on, and lipstick on, and I'll be back in a second. And since this is a makeup tutorial and this is what I normally do on my makeup tutorials, I will do my dramatic hand cover. So I do think that lashes and liner helped save the look, and I think I mastered it fairly well. I'll let Mariah be the final judge, but I think I did a pretty good job and it was super fun. So I may do this again in the future where I just pick a Pinterest look and try and recreate it on the channel. And if you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and check out all the details in the description box below. And yeah, if you guys would subscribe, that'd be awesome because we have a lot of fun here on my channel and we do a lot of different things. So be sure to do that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching The Happy Wife, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.